Hi, I'm Lita. I'm 13 years old. I have autism and severe dyslexia, and my mentors are Chloe and Mon Arnold, and you shall see a picture of them. And also, I love urban, and I love Hollywood, and I love my puppies. And also, this is all about being my autistic self, and also I stumbled there, blah, blah, blah. Hello, people. Yeah, Courtney's mom, my mom, me, Jackie Poo, Jackie Smooshy Poo.
Love it.
Depending on the
Lita.
day, Jack has decided to become a co-host, as you can see.
Oh,
And if we get to
there-
100 and 2 subscribers, she will make me go buy a GoPro so that there's a GoPro attached to Jack versus her phone.
that's awesome.
Because I would like a phone.
Yeah. I know we need to get better lighting in here and to do podcasts and such.
I'm the one dragging you along on this. I should probably send you microphones and all that.
No,
yes.
We'll get that set up.
Welcome to this week's episode of Lita's Tap Styles. This week's special guests are LeeAnn Kay and Courtney Kay from Styles in Motion in Las Cruces, New Mexico. Thanks for joining the program again.
We're happy to be here. Yeah. Thanks for having us.
We're trying to do this as you're trying to open the store. So let's see how much we can do. And hopefully you're all tired from a full day's worth of business.
Right? Sounds like a plan.
Yes. Lita, you want to ask the first question?
Dumb question. I think everybody should know, and I think this should be taught in just flat out normal plain schools. Why do you need to be professionally fitted for shoes, even though this should just be a basic flat out thing everybody knows?
Yes. It is very important to have the proper shoes for dance. It's one of the most essential things in learning how to dance correctly. It's like your dance shoes are like the basketball to basketball, right? The ball to basketball, or the helmet to football, right? So it's something that is definitely essential, and depending on the genre of dance is, of course, how the shoe is going to fit. One common question we get here at Styles in Motion is, can you fit my dancer in a couple sizes larger because the dancer is growing? Yes, I see that, Amanda. Yes, we can give a little room for growth for certain shoes, like for ballet slippers, but like tap shoes and other shoes like that, it's really important that they fit correctly so that you don't get blisters, so that you're not thinking about your shoes while you're dancing, so that you are landing correctly when you're dancing, because you can have injuries. Yes, it's very important that you be professionally fitted for dance shoes, for sure, in our opinion.
I know a lot of dance teachers, especially in the early ages, go, oh, these are so expensive. You don't want to fit them. You want to give them room to grow. Lita has, as you've heard multiple times, in the middle of a performance, lost a tap shoe because a tap dance teacher was like, let's fit this a full size too big. You'll hear in tap especially, oh, just get sizers and move them into it. The sizer can move in the middle of a performance. That's okay when you're like 3, but now when you're getting to those higher levels and you're doing stuff on your toes and tap, you have the same problem you have with point, where if that shoe doesn't fit tight as a glove, you're going to fall and snap your neck.
Yes. And we've seen there's all types of injuries that can happen if you don't have the correct fitted shoe. And that's one thing that we definitely want to eliminate or keep at a minimum here at Styles in Motion. And that's really what we pride ourselves on, because a lot of dancers, we have a lot of new dancers, but then even seasoned dancers will come in and they'll have the wrong type shoe on, the wrong fit. And then when they go into the right shoe, they're like, oh my gosh, I can do some legs. It feels so good. There's no pain. I'm not slipping. So it's really, it's neat to see them when they're in the correct shoe, because the shoe will talk to you. The shoe will tell you this is the right shoe when you have the right ones. Yeah, it's super important here for sure. And like they say, for dancers have 2 times more injuries in the lower body than football players. And a lot of dancers, right? And they will continue to dance. It's important that you have the right shoe because when you're doing jumps or when you're going to point and things like that, you want to make sure that your body is in alignment and that you're putting the correct tension on the correct parts of the body. If you're too big, you don't have control of that shoe. So you're putting stress on parts of the body that shouldn't be. And then it's also teaching the brain muscle memory that this is how it's supposed to be. This is how it's supposed to feel. And that can cause all type of problems with technique and what have you.
And I know with tap, I've had a lot of parents who come up to me because it's not just the fit of the shoe, it's the right shoe. If you're going to do some of the more urban stuff that Lita's doing a lot of, and you try to do that in a flex, good luck, you're going to hurt your arch because your arch isn't supported.
Yes. Very good.
And I know ballet, I had one parent who was like, why can't my kid use Dimmy? And I'm like, because once you get to on point, Dimmy's for training on to point or from coming back from an injury. And they're like, but the Dimmy shoes are cheaper. So why can't we just use those across the stage?
Yeah, because it's every dancer is different and their strength is different. The way that they need supported is different. So you can't just do a one size fits all for sure. Like you say, if you're coming back from an injury and things like that, then you can switch out shoes. You want to make sure that the shoe that you're in has all the right features, right? It can be shank strength.
Yeah.
It can be the wings on the side of the shoes. It can be the box or the height of the vamp on the front of the shoe. And just like with tap, when you get more advanced, and we're learning more about tap as we start to deal with more dancers and the tap arena, lace taps, right? When you get to be more experienced, you want to get into that shoe that's going to be snug and laced, right?
And you can still have cute, adorable, because you have heels for some of the tap styles. We know someone, Melinda Sullivan, who is amazing on heels. I would never try to it, but she was mentored by, my brain just left me, Miller. She dances like Ann Miller and very heavy in those heels that have, but you can't just go pick up. Does break heels. Lita's in the background going, she breaks heels. So did Ann Miller. They weren't thinking when they designed those things, but they look beautiful and graceful in their long skirts as they're going across the floor. But there's a difference but you'll notice like Melinda and Ann and everyone who's in heels, they never go up on their toes because there's no box to support you.
There you go.
The other female tap dancers, if they're in flats, they're not doing those beautiful. It's not that they're beautiful and graceful, not beautiful and graceful. Those beautiful, graceful across the floors that you saw in White Christmas or where it looks like ballroom Met tap. And it really does help if you go into the store and they're like, she has a whole stack of patches over there because we've been doing her Soul Talk jacket. They had to get all their patches and we bought. That's your Junior Ranger patch for the park. She has not all the patches we bought fit on the jacket. She's going to need her own personal jacket for the rest of them. But Lita, you can talk to this. There's a lot of difference in shoes completely. I had a parent actually ask me why their child couldn't go on point in ballet slippers.
Yeah, that's never a good idea. Never. Yeah, it's when you're new to ballet, or you don't have any experience. We have had some people come in just looking for point shoes. Do not fit for point shoes ever unless they are coming from a studio that has a recommendation from the teacher to go on point. You have to have a couple of years of training. You have to be taking a couple of classes a week. You can relate to this, Courtney, right? With
the standard, people usually say 2.5 to 3, even upwards of 5 years minimum of standard ballet training. Then also the issue with going up to wanting to dance on point in ballet flats is there's no support. All they like canvas and then a sole that's very thin and very quiet. That's not going to do much support as is. So you really need like the hard shank, the box, the burlap, the paper, or like the polymer plastic that's constructed specifically for that purpose.
Well said.
Yeah, this was a parent of a ballet 4 student, so it's not like they hadn't been in ballet for a while. They just didn't want to pay the money for a point shoe.
Yeah, point shoes are expensive. They're going to run you upwards $102 up to $130.
Okay, you've seen how much Lita's tap shoes,
Right? Insane.
the point
What-
shoes.
Yeah. Yes, go ahead.
I've
You're
had discussion with ballet parents who are like, "Oh, just wait till Lita's tap shoes cost you like more than 100," and I'm like,
Yeah.
Okay, in my defense, not my fault the student shoes break very easily. Not my fault that the heels fall off even though the heels should not fall off. They're heels, not flats.
which brings me to another point. If you're being professionally fitted and a student comes in and tells you they're putting in 4 or 5 hours a day in tap shoes,
Yes.
you're probably more likely to go, "Hi, this, I don't even know what the cheap shoes cost anymore. It's been so long since we
Yeah.
bought one."
They run about, well, the children's can run 38 is really the minimum up to, for your student, your beginner or student tapper, up to $55. And then it jumps to like 90, 80 and upwards to what, 3, right?
Yeah, let's not talk about what my pocketbook fills when.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Lita's going to another studio along with Autistic Wings, and they're doing tap jam sessions afterwards, and they're all bedazzling their shoes. So we might need another pair of tap shoes so she can bedazzle them.
Oh my gosh, so fun. Yes, absolutely. You
Oh.
tell me which ones. Which ones do you wear?
Which shoes are you wanting to wear? The Taylor? Her Sodonsa Taylors. That's what she wants.
Nice.
She wants a pair that she can bedazzle, but no one's going to kill her when they're bedazzled.
Yes. You
Um,
do.
But I know when we were going through them, we had teachers continuing to tell us, "Oh, just keep using the kids," at that point in time, $29 shoe. Our local tap store at the time that was just down the block, but you're coming in weekly to replace a $30 shoe. You're
Mhm.
paying more in 2 months than you would pay even with her growth spurts.
Yes. Yeah.
And we did one.
Poop.
Oh, and
Oh,
then
wait.
I went poof. Great. Mike left before me. She did one weekend of the tap festivals online. We bought a brand new pair of student shoes Friday morning. Monday morning, we were back in the store going, "We need a new pair of
Oh,
shoes."
yes. Yeah. They're not going to hold out
But you
their
put
tap
in,
shoes with that type of.
because she was putting in 12 hours
Mm,
a day in the
yeah.
tap shoes for 3
Yeah.
days.
No, not going to work. And the sound is quite too when you
That
go
fit-
to the professional, right? Do you agree?
It is, which, oh, yeah,
Mhm.
it is. There's a distinct difference even between the $100 and
Mhm.
the 200. By the time you get up into the 200, yeah, there is. I think there's a distinct sound. I can actually pick up tap dancers because they wear their taps differently.
Mhm.
And because you're wearing your taps differently, it makes an ever so slightly different sound.
Got it.
But because I can also tell who's worn their shoes outside.
Oh, was that
Mhm.
right? That's
Or if you're on concrete, if you're out, you scratch up the bottom of your shoe, and that makes a different sound in the metal.
got to be careful.
Your mic.
All I was saying is for the first Hollywood Tap Fest, they had to walk on concrete for a video thing, and then they had to realizing I scratched up my shoes.
Honestly, if you are working with a lot of tap dancers like Lita, I think stores should just have their block, Capizio, and Sodonsa taps just sitting there so you can come in and go, "Hi, can I get the $15 taps, please?"
Yes, for sure. And most dance stores typically will carry whatever their customers are looking for. As a studio that's doing a lot of tap or competitive tap, they will typically come in, look at the shoes, make a decision, and would make sure that we had that in stock.
Yeah. But like the actual, because you can get the tabs
Yes.
separately so that you can fix them on the on Lita's size.
Yeah, and our cheaper ones, actually, they're riveted taps. Mostly, I think on one of the Capita student, there's just the screw tabs on the ball of the foot, but the rear are riveted and the other ones are riveted, so not screw taps, so you can't.
Oh, I found some shoe repair places that will fix those claps.
On the
for you.
riveted? You don't have access to many shoe stores,
Shoe repair.
repair places here. I think there's one. I'm not sure they do dance, but
There's one in El Paso
Oh.
that I know was doing it. And I'm like, by time you do that, buy a new pair of those student shoes. They're like 30.
I would imagine is.
The taps are going to cost you $15 and it has new screws and then both front and back. But that's only for one of the shoes.
Yeah.
So now you're at $30 for the taps.
Buy the new shoe.
Can I replace taps? Yes.
Mhm.
I mean, but I wouldn't suggest it for if it's riveted and you have to go into a store or into a cobbler and go fix this for me. Just buy a new pair of shoes. What'd you just think of real quick, Lita? You are not bedazzling all of your shoes. She's what would it look like if I bedazzled all my shoes? That is what it would look like. You need a pair of black shoes for.
I certainly want to see it when it's bedazzled.
I think we can bedazzle the more expensive shoes because I'm not.
I
putting
could
Lita in a cheap pair.
bedazzle it black. I'm just saying. If I need a pair of black shoes, I could just bedazzle it black.
Time today.
I know.
LeeAnn.
Electronics are so fun.
But like I said, I've seen the same problems with the ballet kids is their parents are like, oh, the demi points are cheaper than points. Don't put your kid in demi points when you're in level 4 ballet.
Yeah, if you're in a point shoe, you
Unless they-
cannot go up on point. That is just for,
No.
it is not meant, there's no shank
Yeah.
support in that, so it's not going to support the dancer. Yeah.
And because so many teachers are like, oh, just go buy these on Amazon and fit yourself.
No, dancer, it's well worth, Courtney and I were having a conversation with this earlier today, and it is well worth going into a dance store and getting fitted correctly with, you can try on, sometimes you try on 2 or 3 pairs of shoes and points. Sometimes it'll be, you'll try on 20 pairs of point shoes. But we want to make sure that the dancer is supported. There's no pain. The only pain you should have is just like blisters here and there. But when you're in that shoe, you shouldn't feel pain, just pressure. And same in any other shoe, right? If you have pain, who's going to dance? You have pain in
Yeah.
the tap shoe, you're not going to dance in that tap shoe. You have pain in the point shoe, you're not going to dance, and they're going to end up quitting.
They are. And tap shoes and jazz shoes and the hip hop sneakers, all
Yeah.
of them, you need to be fitted. Because we were joking at our kids professionally fitted. And someone was like, even with Lita's Nikes. And I'm like, have you walked into a Nike store recently and tried to get out without getting your shoe fitted? They just don't. Yeah, she's like bad. Even Dick's are like, Dick's is iffy, but our Nike store, if you say you're actually wearing them, they're going to fit you right then and there.
Yeah, we don't have access to that here either.
No, we have to go to El Paso.
Yeah, we'd have to travel for that. It's been a minute.
El Paso's not that far away.
No, it's just a construction lately. They have these big cement barriers on both sides for like miles, and it's been going for. So we try not to go often, but we do go. Yeah, we do go.
Lita was doing speech and OT down in El Paso while we were living in Cruces. So we were doing that drive 4 days
I
a week.
remember, and it's not bad when there's no construction.
Yeah.
It's just the construction has held people back from going down there.
And we were going all the way into UTEP, which is so much fun.
Yeah.
That's where this beach was. You guys probably need to jump off and get this shop open.
You know,
don't ya?
actually, it's been quiet. We haven't had anyone come in yet. Yeah, we had a few extra minutes.
Nice. But yeah, the shoes across the board, let's just be honest,
Yeah,
fitted.
I definitely.
Hey, Mom, remember that?
And the other thing I just wanted to touch base on too, Amanda, is some parents will go to Walmart or Target, other stores to get the play and the
Yeah.
tap shoes. And if you come into our shop, of course, they're all dance brands, right? So everything we have is professional.
Yeah.
And the price isn't bad. Actually one of our ballet slippers for children, Capizio came out with a Luna, it's $18.99. And then the next one after that is $23.99. And then we have a rewards program, and then you get properly fitted, and we have a history. So there's a lot of benefit and a lot of value to have your child come into a dance store, be professionally fitted on every level.
The important part, I think, is that history from knowing so many actual ballet dancers with tap. We can guess what the size is going to be, but Lita's shoe.
I know, I got her. That's a girl.
But if anyone would like to sponsor an up and coming tap dancer, I'm just saying shoes are expensive. But come Nutcracker season, and I know you know this too. I know so many parents who having that store who has professionally fitted their kid before, they can call them up and go, hey, they just busted their point shoes in rehearsal last night. Do you have them? They just ran through their tights. I, as mom, forgot which tights my child likes. Do you know which tights I'm
Yes,
buying?
and we have a history of everything. We know the tights, we know what studio you're at, we know, and we have a log. Computer keeps everything, and then we also have a handwritten log for point shoes on every point shoe that they've been fitted in, because along with the rewards program, you also get your 6th pair of point shoes free. So that's an added value too. And it keeps the dancers coming back to be refitted correctly. And like you said, if something breaks during a performance, we're here for you, whether it can be jazz, it can be tap, it can be character shoes, it can be whatever they need. We have the whole history, and we try to keep pretty well stocked on all that. Yes, so thank you.
I just happen to know a young girl, she's not young anymore, who decided she went through 4-point shoes somehow in one rehearsal.
Yes, so that can happen if you're doing heavy choreography. Lifespan of a point shoe is 15 up to 30 hours, but that depends on a whole bunch of factors. And yes, can go fast.
She was best everyone could tell was she was coming down wrong out of a leap.
Oh yeah.
And so they put her back in her flats going, let's work on this real quick. And then looked at the shanks and went, oh, shoot, you need new shoes.
Yeah.
And it was all 4 of her pairs that she went through, one after another and her mom's calling up a store that they went to going,
yeah, I didn't.
I am super stressed. The show is tomorrow.
Yeah.
I need 2 pair and a 3rd that I can paint overnight.
Yeah. And it's very important. It's really good that they knew that, because some dancers will dance in dead shoes just because they don't want to pay the extra money, or they don't know that it's dead. When you start to sink and you're not supported and the shank is bending, snapped, those are all things that a dancer could.
But if that shoe, oh, you're now eating your mic. It's not a podcast until Liva's chewing her mic, is it? But having that professional, great, because she'd been professionally fitted, she knew what the shoe should feel like. And I think if that professional fitting also helps, because now that shoe fits like that glove it should. So you're feeling everything about the shoe. So she knew every time she was coming down out of that leap, she'd go over and go, something's wrong with my shoe.
Yes, that's awesome. And we also try to educate the dancer around what feels good, what should feel, how it should feel. And yes, it can be either a dance, the shoe, or it can be the technique. Could be you have to strengthen or train a little bit more.
Yeah. And the other thing, I know we have not experienced it, because if you're putting cotton in the bottom of your tap shoes, there's a whole nother thing that's wrong.
I haven't heard that.
Point dancers have the cotton and wool. I've seen them come over from Point, and because you're up on your toes and your tap shoes, they'll try putting the toe stuff in, and it's, no, stop. You will hurt yourself.
Oh, yes. Oh, I didn't know. That makes sense.
But as your store has the wool and the cotton and everything as well. So when you're professionally fitting them, you can discuss all that with them.
Yes.
Yes, Lita. I know it was a bunch. She said over there going, they did what? They were
Yes. We
Some
types of
ways
things.
to die.
definitely, because you have to have those toes differently in tap than you do. She's, but I'm going up on Point on my, so shouldn't I just put this in here?
Ooh, that could make for a great ghost story.
Because you will snap your neck. But I think having professional fittings also keeps you from doing stupid stuff. But also, I know there are all those different things you can shove in the bottom of your toe for Point that you would know much more than Amazon.
Yeah, for sure. Because some dancers have spacers that they need spacers, or they have bunions, or they have issues. You got to make sure you have proper care of your feet, how to keep your toenails short. There's a whole array of things that need to be discussed and explained to new dancers and to experienced dancers to help them. We also have referrals for therapists, sometimes strengthening and training, or they're coming back from injuries and they need a recommendation. We have someone that we work with in El Paso who's fabulous. She's an occupational therapist, physical therapist. And then also compression socks. There's all types of things that we can educate you on. Never push a sale. We educate, and then the dancer makes that decision. Yeah, but it's important because there's so many factors, like you say, and you don't know what you don't know.
And I know with Lita, it's not just the shoe when she goes over to ballet, it's the tights too. She has a sensory issue, and there's 2 brands of tights she can wear.
Ah,
She's yelling in the background.
and you had a specific
They-
that you liked because of the band. Sometimes the bands are different on the tights. And sensory, like you say, if it's a tight, restricted band on the tights, then yeah, it can bother some children,
She had
adult.
and
Yeah.
adults included. The makeup of the fabrics are
Mhm.
different between Capezio and Block and Sodanza.
Yes, yes.
We've been discussing that with leotards because Sodanza, I swear, has the
Oh,
softest
the material,
leotards.
buttery. That's a good word. That's how it feels. Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah. And that's one of the reasons we went with the Sodanza Plus for the
Mm-hmm.
studio. And a lot of parents are like, oh, my kid hates picking on anyone. Revolution.
Oh,
It's not, it's a little stiffer. It's a little more
Mm-hmm.
scratchy. And we've got studios who are like, we do Capezio, we do Block. And have you felt the rest of the
Mhm.
fabrics?
yeah. Sodanza does have a beautiful product. And the other thing with them too is their price point is so good. Yeah, I mean, you can buy a basic Leo from Sodanza that's, I want to say, $28 or $32. But that leotard is going to last you wash after wash. And it's so comfortable. Yes, it's fabulous. We love it.
And have you tried their leggings yet?
Have you tried their leggings?
I don't think so.
We don't sell a lot of leggings, but I do have them in stock.
Their leggings, I have had people who don't know their Sodanza ask me where I got my Lululemons from.
Oh, really?
I've worn a couple
Oh,
of
I'm gonna
them.
try. Here
And
today.
I'm trying to get Kristen to buy a pair because she lives in Lululemons. And I'm like, yeah, but those are like $90. We just bought one for Lita's Halloween costume because Sodanza didn't have the right color.
Oh, hard.
Because I'm lazy this year and I'm not making the Halloween costume. I'm just buying the t-shirt, the jacket, and then painting them.
What do we do?
I don't know.
If I don't get the sewing machine out, it doesn't count as making.
Yeah, no.
But
It is. Good so.
Yeah. she needed purple leggings, and Sodanza is unfortunately sold out
yeah,
at the moment of purple leggings. So we bought the one pair of purple leggings that Lululemon had in stock.
Got it.
But it does. But I mean, and that's for my sensory issues, for Lita's sensory issues, Sodanza works better. If you've got a store you're going to, you can feel the fabric of all.
And you can tell the difference. And the lace, she uses a beautiful lace
You can.
on the leotards or Sodanza. It's a really soft,
Oh,
stretchy, beautiful.
you saw the new Tyler Peck
Yeah.
collection. Miss Tyler's got a new collection. Those are. Oh, the backpack is still the way. Lita has some tweaks she would like to see in the next variation of the
Oh,
backpack.
nice.
Make the pockets for the water bottles more stretchy so my water bottle fits. Also make the straps less easy to stop being the place you put them at because they literally easily go back to where you unput them as.
And I slide.
They slide, and the side pockets are not mesh, so they don't stretch out like 48-ounce water
Oh.
bottle. It's annoying.
That's
The other thing is Amazon doesn't carry everything, as you well know. I'm picking on Amazon because they're where everyone in town here is. Oh, I'm just going on Amazon. And I'm like,
Yeah.
not even a website specifically for dancers. Congratulations.
Yeah, the thing you have to be careful about when you go or if you go on Amazon is it's not always the brand
Best
product,
quality.
right? It could be a dupe sake, right? It could be ones that have been sitting on shelves for a very long time. So you could get a really old shoe. The
Yes.
glue may be old and the shoe won't function correctly. Plus the sizing is different. And you just, do you really, we're actually finding more and more people are moving away from that because they like to come in, they like to be fitted, and the cost is affordable. And you have a rewards program, right? So there's all these benefits that dance stores can do for the dancer. And you don't have to return, or you don't have to request another one, or you don't get the package and you're panicking and you needed it that weekend. So,
And it's a lot easier when I've got a special order. I noticed we wanted a specific jacket for her Halloween costume. Amazon's will get it to you sometime between now and November 30th. But I do a special order through you and I don't see it coming. And I'm like, hey, LeeAnn, where's my special order? And you can go.
And we can get pretty much the products within, if I don't have it in the shop, we can get it between 3 and 7. Sometimes it takes a little longer. Maybe 10 would be max. I would say 5 to 7 is standard to get the item in stock. And we always bring in more. So if you think you're a size 5 in the shoe, we'll bring in a 5, 5.5, 4.5, and different widths. So when they come in, we'll have the shoe. It's not, oh, here's one shoe, try it, you ordered it. And they only pay for what they purchase.
Plus, when you get to the point that you need multiple shoes, ignoring the rewards program, it's really helpful to have someone who can go and see how many are actually in stock at your favorite. Also, you're going to know a little bit more about the companies. I know we had some kids who are really upset because they can't get Russian Point. And I'm like, fun fact. And they're like, no one told me that there's an embargo against Russian stuff. I'm like, I don't know if y'all have turned on the news lately.
Yes, we have. So we deal with a Russian product shoe, the Nikolai, also Grishko is known in Russia. And they actually now have a store in Florida. So when I place an order, it actually ships from Florida if it's in stock. If it's not in stock, then you're looking at 6, 8, 10 weeks for a shoe. There's a whole bunch of factors.
But you would know that.
There's all things. But the nice thing too, I think you just reminded me of, Amanda, is my reps. The reps with the companies, I call them. They are so good. And they're like, oh, yeah, we'll take care of it. If they don't have it, they're going to find another store that has it that's going to ship it to us or to you directly. It's a group effort that is all working for the dancer.
I know when Lita, it wasn't through your store. We were living in Montgomery at the time, and your store was fairly new, so we were still going through someone else. She couldn't find the shoe Lita wanted, so she got into a Facebook group and was like, I've got a dancer who needs this shoe. Who has it in stock? which is exactly what you did when we needed the Chloe and Maud. You went and called your rep. With tap shoes a few years back, there was an embargo on Canadian leather coming in the country,
Right.
which is why you're still seeing the shoe companies hurrying up on back
Mhm.
stock. That's something your rep's going to be able to tell you that Amazon's
Yes.
not.
Yeah.
With the tap shoes, Amazon's more expensive.
Amazon's more expensive than a lot of the shoes that we have here, if they sell on Amazon. We have some that don't sell on Amazon specifically, but yes,
They're not being sold specifically.
people are, yeah, that's
No.
exactly right.
And
Yeah, not
it was
what
like,
you're going to get.
yeah, and those are expensive because it's a professional. Lita's in shoes. She's not in baby student shoes or semi. And I noticed how much someone was selling J Sams for.
Yeah.
They're selling them for $800.
Is it because they couldn't get them and they just mocked it up, or they just mocked it up?
No, someone's selling the entire size line.
Oh. Crazy.
They're acting as though they're block.
That's crazy. Yeah, there's a
And I
regular.
guarantee you it's not block
Yeah.
selling for that.
That's terrible. Yeah, that's terrible.
I'm guessing you can get the J Sams for a
Yeah,
little bit cheaper than
there's-
these aren't even the special editions. These are the plain black J Sams.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. And I think as we get more and more online selling, it just gets riskier and riskier for the consumer. And that's what's nice about a dance store is you go in, you're dealing directly with someone who's dealing directly with the brand and the brand's.
Yes.
So you are getting the true brand, true value. Yeah. And and you're getting educated at the same time.
Yeah, the education, especially when you're going, because I don't know that the dance studios know nearly as much, especially when you're talking tap shoes. A lot of these studios, even the teachers who are like, oh, yeah, I'm a tap teacher, I did tap, they're not up on the current modern shoes.
Yeah, and that's what's nice is we carry various brands. So someone may be familiar with just one brand, right? So we know several brands. If there's a brand that you want us to look at that we don't carry, we reach out to them. I lost my train of thought. I had something really pertinent to say, and now I can't remember.
I've seen, yes, I've seen tap teachers across the country not understand the difference between a $30 a student shoe going, this is going to be a fun podcast. But no,
Nope. She is fixing
Yep, there you are.
stuff.
Yes, she is.
She
Hi,
is
Lita.
fixing stuff. Her mic's.
There you are.
I think sometimes
back on.
Googling would help. Can I
Back
Mary
on.
do Mary Jane?
on.
She is for urban.
Yeah, so the nice thing
The
about
answer's
this
no.
too is we can reach out to our reps and they can give us any information. They
but
can give us
I've
all
seen-
the information, and you're getting accurate.
Yeah,
You're
I've
not
seen
just
tap
Googling,
teachers
you're not
try
just-
to do
you
urban
know,
tap in Mary Jane's.
You're getting it from
And
the
student Mary
source.
Jane's, not
Yeah.
the expensive. And you're like, hi, that doesn't work. There's also
That's
the heel
Yeah,
is
well, that's
such
a
an
good
important
feature for
part of a
sure,
tap
yes.
shoe, as you all know. Your $100 heel is not going to have the same wood as a $200, $300, $400 shoe. And which,
Yeah.
again, dance teachers are like, a wooden heel's a wooden heel. And it's no, it's not, because like your $100 shoe, they're going to laminate that wood and just stack wood on top of each other. You're not going to get that heavy sound, which Lita has gotten in trouble at
Yeah.
studios before because she has a nice professional shoe. And teachers are like, oh, you have a heavy sound. That's a shoe. Go ahead and into your microphone, Lita.
Mm-hmm.
because I listened to a dance teacher and Lita was coming out of jazz class claiming her shoe didn't fit, and the teacher's like, "Oh, it fits," and you
As
could see
was,
the
do you
indent
remember
in
that
her
one
foot
time where
that
I
would
said
stay
the
for
shoe
2
was
days after
too tight
jazz.
and fit, and you said it did fit, and then it turns out, oh, hey, the child
And
was right. Remember that?
Yeah, just it's so important to go to a reputable dance store because sometimes someone will sell you what they have in their stock, right? So you have someone who has a really wide foot and all you have is medium widths in your stock, and they come in and they're 6
we've
wide, they're
had
going to
some
put you in a size
yeah,
9 to accommodate for the
we've
width,
had some
which isn't going to be the
stores that have
appropriate
since
shoe
gone
for
out of
that child
business that have tried to
or
put
that
Lita in the
student.
wrong tap shoe,
You have
and
to
not just the
have
wrong
different widths.
yeah,
You have to fit the
not just
shoe.
the
Just because
wrong
you don't have it in stock
size, but the wrong
doesn't mean
style
you
for
force
what
the
she's
dancer
doing.
to buy that one and tell them
And
that
tap is
works.
so
So
tied to you can get away with a lot with an Oxford, but once you start moving away from the Oxford into the specialized tap shoes, you
just
need that tap shoe for that style. And I've had them go, "Oh, this is a 1930s style shoe that should work perfectly." And she gets it on and she's exactly, how am I supposed to move the way I need to move for this choreography in this shoe? But yeah. Oh yeah, because it I like to put it, you would not wear a
yeah.
point shoe to do a tap piece.
What?
And yeah. But tap shoes, Lita, you'll agree, tap shoes are so different once you get into the upper levels. Like the student
Yeah, each
levels, you
shoe
get your
is
Mary Janes
designed
or
for certain
Oxfords, easy to choose from.
bal-
But yeah, because like you've got the jazz shoe, tap shoes, which is
Yes.
just
Student
taps
level,
put on the
yeah,
bottom of a jazz shoe.
it's not difficult.
I would
When you
not
get
do
into
that
that
for
higher level,
anything that
just
you're
like
going
point
hard
shoes,
down
right? Ballet
because
slippers, they're easy
there's
to fit, and then
nothing
you get to
supporting that
point.
arch.
Same as tap. Your
Jazz
students
shoes
are
are not
pretty
your flex
basic, and
shoes.
then once they
Your
get to
flex
that upper
shoes,
level,
if you're doing
you have
more
to take other
ballet
factors
lyrical,
into consideration.
you can go up on your point and flex. Do not go up on your point and jazz. I have seen kids do it. If you don't have a box, don't do it. But Lita's, you will end up in the hospital. But a
Yeah,
flex
and
is not
support
going
is
to do the same thing an Oxford's going to do.
yes,
An
yeah,
Oxford can do a lot of the urban, but then you've got your tap boots, you've got your tap heels, you've got your tap characters, which are different than your tap heel.
yeah, because you can risk injury. Mhm.
Yeah. Lita's over there. All the Halloween candy for the trick or treaters is right by the sofa. And she's like, "It's taunting me, Mom."
Mhm. Yes, and your tap
Oh,
heels, they
if
also
she
come in
eats it,
different
our
heights.
Target gets
Like
one
we have some
shipment
chunky
during the
tap
year
shoes
of the
and
ring
then some
pops
not
and
so
those individual Halloween Oreos.
well thick, not chunky thick. Mm, Halloween candy. It is. I'll be eating it later.
The kids
I'm
know we
like,
have the ring pops, and that makes us the popular house. I don't get it.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm not having a mob of children actively
And
come to get me.
I,
That's all.
I don't know. I thought it was
How?
all about the chocolate Halloween, but I
We
guess
don't
it's
give
all
it.
about the ring pops and the white Reese's and the
Yeah.
Oreos.
Ring pops are
Oh,
fun.
and don't forget we have the little white
Oh,
ghost
yeah.
Reese's now.
I'm only doing, yeah, I know. There were sticks that were filled with sugar, like pixie sticks. No, we are not doing those. I know another house in the neighborhood that does
It used to
those,
be
and they go through 300 of those
What's
a
that
year.
stuff that sticks? That used to, yes, that was.
Yeah.
I used to
Oh.
just take.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
okay. when we were in New Mexico, we started doing ring pops, and every Halloween since then, I get cleaned out of the ring pops.
Pixie sticks? With the, yeah.
And last year,
Remember
kids were
those?
running up
used
to
to
the
get
door
thick
going,
ones
please tell
and
me
the
I
long
got
tube.
here in time for
They
the
used to
ring
have the thick
pops.
ones and the long tube.
And then we started doing the Oreos because it's the individual Oreos. And they're like, I want my Oreos.
I used to love those.
We got the ones with the orange in it, but I can't understand it.
No.
And
It's fun to be.
I went through over 120 ring pops last year, LeeAnn. And
Is that
Oh, and not the plain ones.
the
The
kids-
one with the orange in them.
one of the kids was like, yeah, I saw this on Insta and TikTok that your house has this.
Orange one.
I'm like, okay. And I think I still have the chocolate I was giving away last Halloween because I was like, oh, maybe kids want chocolate. Yeah,
I
no
think I
one
gave
took
one
the
candy bar
chocolate.
away last year. It went to Courtney. No. We took-
Oh.
Everyone, people around here give out chocolate and they give out full-size candy bars. And there's one house that gives out White Claws.
Wow. That's interesting.
Yeah, to the parents. When you come by, they give
We
out White
went,
Claws.
was it last
When you
year? Not
parent,
many
they
people
go-
give out chocolate anymore. It's
yeah.
more.
The other one is one of our neighbors gives out
Wow.
sodas to the kids.
Oh.
What is it?
Cold
Alcohol.
sodas.
Alcohol?
So- and then
Oh, White Claw.
you didn't like
that's
7-Up
right.
last year because
Could
you got
know it? I
7-Up.
don't.
And then there's houses that give out full-size candy bars. And they're like, yeah, no, everyone's talking about your house because you have the ring
Oh,
pops.
that's
And
a
I'm
good
like,
idea. That's great.
didn't know they were such a big deal.
Really good idea.
Oh, yeah. But thanks for coming on and talking about shoes. We're going to have you on another time to talk about the bag, I have a feeling. Next month, we should do open questions. Yeah, your dog is sleeping. We should ask your
Oh, you're
followers
gonna-
and ours what questions they
Fine.
have for the next
Yeah.
couple months. And do an AMA. Ask me anything.
Yes.
We're bringing you in. It's a good way to get Styles in Motion out there. And
Mhm.
obviously, link is down in the description below. Your stylesinmotion.com.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
Stylesinmotionllc.com. I should know that.
Okay.
I'm a terrible friend.
I'm learning.
You're on Instagram. You're on Facebook. You're sort of on YouTube. Yeah, she does.
ThousandsMotionLLC.com.
And Lita will do some product reviews and we'll toss it to
That's
you guys
okay.
to put on
No
there. How does that
worries.
sound, Courtney? Because she has a whole bunch of shoelaces she can't choose
Courtney's
from
gonna
right
work on
now.
it. Are you going to do my YouTube page?
Sure.
Yeah,
You
we
want
have
to
to
show
work on YouTube.
the
'Cause
shoelaces?
I do have a YouTube account, but we have.
I was thinking the ones in.
We're going to get on that.
I was thinking the ones in the shoe, not the ones still in the. Oh, and she says thank you for
Awesome.
the wonderful
great.
cases they came in because she's going to use them for science experiments.
Oh.
They are
Yeah.
heavy plastic. She had. Yeah, I think that one's the confetti. Oh, rainbow. That one might be the confetti. She's in the background,
They're
so she doesn't
cool.
care about the
They
name.
did a good job. Yeah. Oh,
They're a little long.
that
but
was the one, Lena. Is that like a
If you double
confetti?
knot them, they're fine.
Yep.
If you double knot them.
Rainbow.
The other thing is a lot of people don't lace their tap shoes right. And if you
So
don't
what
lace them
about
right,
the
it
length of
extends
them?
the length.
Remember we were talking about that? Okay.
We should probably do a whole. We could do an entire
Right.
podcast on how to lace your tap
If you
shoes right.
double them?
Because if you don't
Double
lace
knot.
them, they don't
Okay,
tighten
double
enough
knot.
to go up on your toes. We should do a
Yeah.
podcast on how to do your point shoes, lace them right too, because I know you need to put them around your ankle
see.
a certain way. And I've been
How
seeing
fun, LeeAnn.
dancers not. And I'm like, oh Lord, stop and walk away. You yeah, you do teach.
Yes, you should do a podcast on that.
I don't think you sent her enough shoelaces. Oh yeah, and I need to wear all of them, and I'm like, okay, you're gonna have to learn how to
Mhm.
lace your shoes because it
Yeah,
does
lacing is important.
take
Courtney knows that.
a little
Courtney
bit
can
to
do
learn
that.
how to lace them.
Oh, I like that one, the blue.
You would think since I know at least so Danza and
I know, I think
Capizio
we
have
got every
started
color.
sending their
We
shoes
got 'em
laced.
all.
She's like, I know how to lace them.
Yes.
For
Mhm.
yeah, for the professionals, at least I've noticed we're getting them laced, which is nice because you don't have to remember the whole up and or under and up and then under and up and then under and up.
Yeah.
Oh, and you're
Danza
showing
has
off
them
patches that
laced.
didn't
And
get onto
Capizio,
your
yes.
jacket.
I'll have to check the both with reason. They're laced.
But yeah, so we definitely need to. You must show the hedgehog. She's going off and showing other things. Yeah, she has, I think, 20 patches left over from that project.
Ooh.
But y'all have
I'm
a store to
so
get to and
nice.
probably have a bunch of people about to show up. And we will thank you so much for coming on again.
That's cute.
And we'll make sure we have time next month that we schedule.
I love
All right.
Let's
Lita,
do
can you
it.
say bye to Courtney and Miss LeeAnn?
Yes. Yeah.
I'm not even touching. Oh,
Yes,
she
thanks for
doesn't
having
want to
us. It's
say
fun.
bye.
Yeah.
She misses you guys.
Okay, perfect.
So I understand. And things came up on our end too.
Say bye.
All right.
Oh,
Be well. Have fun. Thanks. Talk to you guys
Bye.
later. Bye.
I know. Yeah. Yes, I know. I'm sorry it didn't work out last time, but we will yeah. Okay. Be well. Have fun. Guys. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, well, thank you for watching the podcast, and please subscribe, and also look at that adorable paper. So if you want to subscribe for it, and also please leave a like, and don't forget, if you subscribe to our stuff, you won't miss any of our new podcast stuffies. And also, did you see that adorable paper? Don't you like it?